Here we're given that MQ and NR intersect at P. Okay, we see that. And NP is equal to QP. Okay, it's kind of important, so let's just mark that. We're also told that MP and PR are also equal, so let's write that down like this. And that's pretty important because that makes this triangle right here isosceles, right? Since we have these two sides that are the same, and then this one side. And don't forget that that also means that since these two sides are the same, these two angles right here have to be the same. So angle PRM and PMR have to be the same since they're both facing two sides that are equal. So what are we being actually asked? What is the measure in degrees of angle QMR? So angle QMR goes from here, like this, and like this. So the actual, so the actual angle is right here. That's the one we're looking for. How can we go about it? Well, first thing I see that's sort of easy to jot down is I see that we have these two opposite angles, and opposite angles are congruent. So that means this right here is equal to 60. And what's interesting is that now we can figure out these two, right? I can figure out this angle, basically. Because what I have right here, let me just zoom in on that. I basically have a setup like this. This was point P. Here I have 60 degrees. Here I have 60 degrees. And how can I find these two? Well, since they're opposite, I know they'll be equal. And I know that this whole thing has to add up to 360 degrees because, you know, it covers all the range. So that means that 360 is equal to 60 plus 60 plus, I'm just going to call it x. And there's two of them because they're equal. These are both x, so plus 2x. From here, I can do 360 is equal to 120 plus 2x minus, 120 minus 120. So this is 240 is equal to 2x. And we can just divide both sides by 2 to solve for x. So x is equal to 120. Okay, so this angle is equal to 120. And how can we use that in, well, and that other one, but this one's the important one. How can we use this information to figure out this angle? Well, as I said, it's an isosceles triangle, so this angle has to be equal to this one. So let's call it y. So this is angle y, and this is angle y. And what I know about this triangle is that all the internal angles have to add up to 180. So I know that 120 right here, plus y, plus this one, plus that one, plus this y have to be adding up to 180. So from here, I can just go ahead and solve for y by, you know, combining like terms equals 180 minus 120 minus, 120. That's pretty ugly, but it's fine. 2y is equal to 60. And finally, to solve for y, we can divide both sides by 2 so that y is equal to 30. And that's your answer.